Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about spilling too much, even when we don't intend to spill too much. So we'll always talk, we'll converse with our family members, people we've just met, we'll talk to them, we'll gist with our friends, we'll talk with our neighbors, and we'll even gist with our acquaintances. So while talking, we can even spill too much, much more than we actually intended to. Sometimes we don't even catch ourselves until the discussion is over. You then begin to beat yourself up and by then it's too late to retract everything that you have just shared. This is called oversharing, and many people overshare. They overshare things that they did not intend to overshare, but by the time they realize it's late, they cannot take back all the things that they have overshared. As much as sometimes you want to be a little more open with those you're talking with, finding a balance is also important. There has to be a balance between being open and keeping some information private. Information that needs to be private has to be private. You don't, because you're talking to people, overshare everything and tell them everything, especially when they're not even sharing much about themselves. I understand the parts where you feel the utmost need to be transparent, yes, but know when to stop. It gets even funnier when you overshare personal details online. And this is the part that I hate so much, when people are sharing very private details online. And when you see it, it's like so cringe. And you're wondering, why is this person even telling us? Who are we to this person that she feels the need to tell us, to announce to us that this thing is happening when people didn't even ask? People even go as far as fabricating that because people asked, I'm gonna tell. Make it make sense. So you're sharing these things to strangers who couldn't care less about you, about what you're on about, and how in the world it affects you. Like, they don't care how it makes you feel. They don't care what comes out of it. People might talk about it, but really they don't care deep down. So you're just another stranger blabbing, and others will pop up as soon as yours is seen. Yours is talked about and it's over. Then when you least expect, maybe later in life, those things will come back to haunt you. Of course, people have dug out stories and details shared in the past, things you can't remember ever sharing. So sharing personal details shouldn't be second nature. Share a little and leave the rest to the imagination. You don't even have to tell people about yourself, honestly. You don't owe people anything about yourself unless you're on about something and you feel like, okay, I need to be transparent so that people see this part of me, that I'm not just here for being here sake. So I don't see the point in constantly updating people on what you're doing, how you are feeling, what's going on with your parents, the dysfunction in your family, the beef with your friends, and how your relationship is faring. Keep them to yourself. Nobody actually cares. Nobody cares really. I know this because I've seen people who have overshared, people who have shared about their personal lives, and those people they shared those things to use those things against those people. You bought a new car, that's remarkable. You bought a new house, that's also wonderful. I think it's better to celebrate with only those who know you than showcasing everything about you online. Not everyone deserves to know. I tell you, keep it away from those who have no business knowing. Nobody can ruin what they do not know about. Some people have ruined their lives by just the little that they shared about themselves. I get that you may want to connect better with others. You want to be heard. You want to feel seen. You want to talk about everything, but life does not function that way. There are also people whose niche are about sharing their personal lives. They can be excused, but when those things come back to haunt that person, it's not going to be anybody's business because you brought your life outside. So know that not every personal detail should make it out there. Try to hold back on some. Nobody needs to be aware of everything happening in your life, good or bad. Keep those emotional baggage away from the world. Don't unload them on others. Unloading them can create tension. Your family and friends can get overwhelmed by it all, and doing it online invites unnecessary judgment. Unless you have thick skin, then by all means continue sharing. I'm not saying that when you share your struggles that they are not valid. They are valid, but please share them with only those who care about you genuinely. Others should not know what you're passing through, unless there's a lesson to be learned from that thing. If at all you feel the need to vent, your trustworthy family members and close friends should be enough. I mean, you have a girlfriend, you have a boyfriend, you have a husband, you have a wife, you have a mother, you have a father, you have siblings, you have cousins. I've heard about safe spaces, but I'm not sure how safe they really are. I'm not even going to go and vent on safe spaces. Like, it's not in my nature. Like, I have people in my house, I have people close to me, I have like friends, close ones that I can vent to when I need to vent. I know that people say do what works for you. Yes, do what works for you, but don't complain when those things come back to eat you. I've sometimes shared my personal plans unknowingly, which I always regretted, with people that don't deserve to know, to be honest. Broadcasting your ideas before it's even starting is a terrible mistake, I will tell you. You end up getting unwanted opinions, which can cause doubts. People suggest things that are not even what you intend doing in the first place, and they succeed in changing your mind and preventing you from going forward with your plans. So you're getting all those unwanted opinions and they create doubts, honestly. So at the early stage, your plans don't need an audience yet. It doesn't need an audience. Always wait until it's ready to be seen before you let them out. So you have a personal drama, we all have it too. But tell me why your fallout with a friend or a tough conversation with your father is out on the net. Venting is good, but airing out your drama publicly is the fastest way to complicate things, especially if those involved will see it. You can't take them back after they've been said, after they've been aired. You can't take them back, and it always backfires. Like, we see things that you have brought out online for us to see, but we don't see the tension that it creates in the house. We don't see the problem that it creates in the house. If you know when to zip your mouth, you'll very well maintain your sense of self. I admire some people online, like some celebrities. Like, I admire Genevieve Nnaji. I admire Beyonce even. They have kept their life private, and we can hardly tell what's happening in their life. We can only guess, we can only say things, we can only assume. But are they true? There's no confirmation. They don't even come out to say, yes, what you're saying is the truth. If you say anything wrong with it, they're not going to come out to say, no, this is not it. At the end of the day, you correct yourself. To say all you want, you never see or hear these people debunking stuff. At the end, you're going to correct yourself. At the end, you're going to stop assuming. At the end, you're going to say, maybe what I thought was just even not the truth. So I'm not saying build a wall around yourself or act like you're a completely closed book. No, not that. You can still be a bit open and vulnerable for the sake of relatability. You can also hold back to protect yourself and your dignity. Choose one: relatability or protect yourself, protect your dignity. Think about what you're sharing. Think about why you are sharing them. That's called being intentional. Be intentional with the things that you let people know about you, the things you let people see about you. Remember that sometimes saying nothing is powerful and silence is golden. You don't owe people any part of your story, so keep certain chapters to yourself. Once people get tired of questioning you, they would move on. Realizing an answer is not forthcoming, they would move on. So if people are not going to get an answer from you, they would move on. They'll stop questioning you, they'll stop demanding answers. They will know that this kind of person is not the person who would share private things about themselves. Yes, and that's true. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and tell me one thing that you have learned to keep private. Is it your private life? Is it your work? Is it your marital life? Is it your relationship? Is it your family? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself, and goodbye.